Okay, here we go. This is Garrett. Tears to Joy Ministries.org. This video is called Getting Totally Drunk on 1 to 2 Beers? How is that possible? I've been battling against alcohol on and off throughout the years, throughout the decades. Sometimes it's much worse than others. Sometimes it goes away for a couple years. Praise God. And Jesus has been teaching me something absolutely incredible the last 7 or 8 years, and I wanted to share it with you. When we drink alcohol, there is a whole lot more going on as far as getting drunk than we had ever thought. Jesus has been putting me through a very unique experience off and on, once again. And that is, he would have me get totally drunk on 1 or 2 little beers. I'm talking about little bottles of beer. And by doing that, he's been teaching me about his authority. He's been teaching me about his power. He's been teaching me how he controls everything. Everything. He's been teaching me about the demonic realm and how they interact with us when we drink alcohol. And it's really fascinating. And it's really amazing to learn in an evil way, but if you're into studying demonic warfare the way I am, it's really fascinating. So let me share a couple things with you, and I pray that this is just going to super bless you. Jesus has been showing me that he is in total control of if we get drunk, when we might get drunk, how much of a level we might get drunk, how much alcohol we might have to drink or not drink to get drunk, and that he's controlling the entire situation down to the microscopic level in your blood, in your body, in your brain, with the alcohol, with the water, and with the demons too. Let me tell you some experiences I've gone through with alcohol and the demons. Sometimes I'll drink beer after beer after beer and not really get drunk. And I've been wondering, well, wow, did I have a bigger dinner? Or do I have more food in my stomach? Or is it something I ate? Because I'm having so many beers and I really can't get that drunk. And when I was a younger Christian, I didn't realize that Jesus was teaching me about his sovereignty, about his power. I didn't know that back then. And that was interesting. Then many times the opposite would happen. I would sit down by my computer, have 1 beer, maybe a beer and a half or 2, and get totally drunk. And in the beginning, I might be thinking, wow, what brand of beer is this? Or is this beer stronger than the other ones? Or is my stomach completely empty? Or what's going on here? And I didn't know what was going on. But throughout the years, these lessons of God's grace and mercy and power have been going on, and I've been learning more and more. Now, in those occasions where I would drink 1 or 2 beers and get totally drunk, I want you to know it's because the demons can enter you and give you the feelings and interaction of being totally drunk. They can, and they've done this to me so many times. It's actually a demon who enters your body and gives you the full-blown effects of feeling totally drunk. And I never knew this, and I never heard anybody else talk about this. In fact, I've never heard anybody mention this. And this is happening all the time. All the time. I mean, we probably have 500, 600, 700 million people drinking alcohol every single day. This is happening all over the world day and night. I want you to know it doesn't matter how much alcohol you drink or you don't drink as far as how drunk you will get or you won't get. It's all up to Jesus. He's controlling it down to the microscopic level and chemicals in your body. And he's controlling the demons also down to the microscopic spiritual level. And yes, the demons are very involved in when we get drunk. They are very involved in this. In fact, is it safe to say that they are more involved when we get drunk than the alcohol actually is? I'm not sure, but it sure seems that way sometimes. I mean, it really seems that way. The demonic seem to be heavily involved when a person gets drunk. And this is interesting from a study point of view, from a scientific point of view. This is interesting. And people need to know this, and people need to learn this. So there were times when I drank a 6-pack of beer, and I'm a small guy, and I'm skinny. And many times I would drink without even eating. And I would barely get drunk or just a little drunk. Then there were other times I would have one single little bottle of beer, possibly 2, and get totally drunk. And I'm sitting there in my chair talking to Jesus going, wow, how is this possible? And he's been teaching me. He controls how the alcohol affects our body. He controls the chemicals. He controls our body and our brain, our blood, our heart, our mind. He controls the effect of being drunk. The effects, He controls the demons 1,000,000% on the attacks that they do when we drink alcohol. Jesus is in total, utter control of everything, including any alcohol you drink, how it affects your blood, how it affects your brain, how it affects your thinking, how it affects your spirit and soul, what the demons are doing, how they're tormenting you, where they enter you, how they do it, what kind of attacks are going to happen, what kind of thoughts you're going to have. Jesus is in control of it all. This brings him glory, honor, and praise in the spirit realm. And I give him glory, honor, and praise right now in the physical realm. Child of God, it doesn't really matter how much you drink. It only matters what Jesus orders in your life, what Jesus allows, what Jesus commands, and what Jesus gives permission for. And that includes if and when you'll get drunk, how long it'll last, what it'll do to you, how it'll affect your body and your mind, and how deep the drunkenness will go, how bad it'll get. And on and on and on. And this is amazing. All right. Praise God for these very, very hard lessons that I've been going through. These are hard. Praise God because it's so interesting too. All right.